with Polygon Pythagoras. MetaMask, yeah, crypto cash. Yeah, I seen the metaverse through MetaTope. My eyes a megaphone. Customize my empty skin to optimize my flesh and bone. Phase 1 evolution, revolution. Smart contracts inside your smartphone. Phase 1 evolution, revolution. Help me ETH phone. Full body markerless motion capture. The metaverse broken after the MetaTope golden era. The whitelist still open. Hurry up, what you need? Golden chariot. Holy virgins that's holding cherubims, paving the road with fairy dust. Create the avatar of your wildest dreams, yeah, and use it inside your live stream. And all your metaverses, favorite games and widescreen. MetaTope, visualize your digital ID.
Hey, how's everybody doing? I think we're trying to figure out our music situation right now. Give us 1 second to figure that out. In the meantime, just want to say hello to everyone. Hope everyone's been having a great week. Sorry about the little music hiccup that we're having right now.
It's all good, buddy. I'm glad to be here. I caught what my kiddo had last week, but I'm feeling okay, even though I sound awful. So definitely wanted to chat. I'm really looking forward to today, and I think if I just bring my voice down to about this level versus my usual exuberance, it'll be okay.
Yeah, we were talking. I think we were talking last night. You said you were feeling a little bit better, which is nice. Being sick is never a fun time, especially when you got to be sick and in a space. I can imagine it's not the best right now.
Yeah, but I feel all right today. It's just the voice is when I start to raise it, I start to sound like I'm going through puberty. It's all good though. It's all good. I'm really looking forward to today's discussion.
Yeah, man, I'm really glad you could make it this week. I know you couldn't last week because of what your kid had, but I'm glad you're with us this week, man, and I'm glad we could figure out a way to make this happen.
Yeah, it's weird being a parent. When she was sick, like I was so focused, was like I can't do anything else. But with me sick, it's like yeah, I've dealt with this before. I just I've loaded up on emergency the last couple of days, and feeling great and really excited about everything that's happening leading up towards the end of this month. It's a really important week for my project, and that's what you do as a founder. You do what you got to do.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So first of all, congratulations on starting your own project. I know that's a huge task, and you're an only founder, right?
No, I am the originator of this idea. I am the only founder of GnarAF Walls, which was my Genesis collection that had a tie-in up until about up until the equinox, where if you had minted one of my Genesis collection, you got an automatic spot on the GNAR list for half off minting for the DAO. That collection's going to stay open. It's on Polygon. It was very affordable. It's a fun, collectible, character-driven, with different gemstones, different color Narnar whales, and each one of the gemstones there stands for different aspects of their personality, and it's just a fun way for you to engage and start to think about character development and what does that mean to you. 6 words do not describe a character. That's that just scratches the surface. So it gets into storytelling and the importance of
hey, brother.
stories behind brands.
Hey, yeah. Brother, this Crypto Medic, I'm just going to hold you up right there for a minute. I want to get some people in here before we start delving into everything so everybody gets a chance to hear this.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
Cool. No.
Sorry, dude. No, my bad. I just...
No worries. Glad to have you here. I'm just going to let everybody trickle in for a minute. Usually we'd have some music, but we're obviously having issues with that. But I'm glad your kid's okay. I think we'll get started here in like the next 3 or 4 minutes. But I don't where are you from? How about that?
Oh, yeah. Let me tell you a little bit more about me. So, I'm originally from Arizona. I was born in Utah. Can't say born and raised in Arizona, which always bothered me, but as a kid, but now who cares? Lived there until I was 30. Ended up going to ASU. Lived in Tempe, the heart of Phoenix. Desert, crazy heat. Summers were awful. I dealt with 2 summers. Yeah, go Devils. Yep. I dealt with 2 summers without AC in my car. So I have been through, I don't want to say literal hell, but pretty close. So yeah, when you come out after work and you see a CD case has warped and melted in your car because of how hot it is inside of your car, it's just awful. And my daughter, I'm a father of an amazing 3-year-old who is precocious and amazing and stubborn and demanding and all of those things that a 3-year-old is.
Yeah.
Because her movie just ended and she needs to twirl and dance right now. Oh, kiddo.
Yeah, I've definitely been down that road.
Kiddo. So, yeah, you guys got kids?
Yeah, I'm an old guy. I got grandkids.
Oh, nice.
I'm an alma mater. I played baseball for Arizona State way back.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
So, yeah,
that's awesome. I love the small world. Yeah. We certainly do. So, in Arizona, medical marijuana passed back in 2011, and I went towards one of the original licenses.
Oh, okay.
And I got it. So I've been in the cannabis industry since that time in 2011. I've been in the game for 20 plus years, but been going the legal route since 2011. And being a license holder, I immediately was at the level of owner, and our investors were Columbia Care, which is a huge multi-state that just got bought out by Cresco for like $3 billion. Nice. So I got exposed to some very high level business very early.
There's a lot of money in that industry, we know.
It was a slingshot.
There's a lot of money in that industry. So, I mean, yeah, kudos to you for jumping on it early.
It's the lottery. It's fate. It really is. I was one of 428 permit applications and one of 11 lottery balls in my area.
Wow. Yeah. My parents tried to get on it. So thanks for taking theirs. I was kidding.
Oh, okay.
all good, brother.
That's funny.
Yeah. Well, let's get into this thing. Start talking about a little crypto here. So I want to welcome everybody into TopeTalk. Thanks for showing up today. We really appreciate you guys. Let's everybody tweet the space out. Let your friends know. Get everybody in here. We got some giveaways going on. We're giving away 50 ETH, and this gentleman at GnarAF has graciously agreed to match that. So we'll be doing two $50 in ETH giveaways today during the show. Going to pin that stuff to the top. Make sure you do what you need to do with those. Enzo's going to throw that stuff up there. We're also doing $100 in ETH giveaway that ends tomorrow. So I'll have Enzo throw that up in the top there as well for everybody to make sure they get in on that stuff and get into our Discord, get into NAR's Discord. We've got some pre-mint that we're giving away slots. NAR's giving away some NAR list spots, if I'm correct. And we're going to swap those out. So lots of stuff going on today and over the next week. Welcome, everybody. With that being said, going to get into our schedule.
So for everybody in the space right now, if you could go up to the pinned tweet, and retweet out the space, that is for the actual space. I'll be posting the one for the $100 that ends tomorrow here in a second. But in the meantime, if you guys can go up and retweet the space, get some more people in here. That way they can find out about these two projects. That'd be great. Thank you, guys.
Thanks for that, Enzo. Appreciate it. Perfect. So as always, I'm going to start every show with, this is not financial advice. It's for entertainment purposes only. Always, please do your own research on any project, any investment, any purchase of anything, right? I don't care if you're buying a toaster oven, check it out first. We're going to talk about today a little bit about the topic we've put up. How can we make onboarding into Web3 easier for consumers and businesses? And then we'll spend a little bit of time about talking about GnarAF DAO's project, what they're doing. I know he's a lot into that education and bringing all of this to people in an easier way. With that being said, how can brands, companies, and people get started in this space? What are some of the pitfalls? How can the industry help overcome these pitfalls? And really, let's get this out to the masses, right? What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, for sure. I think one of the big things, and I use my mom as the example of even having her set up a wallet was scary for her. As soon as I started talking about needing private keys and different things, she just threw up her hands and said, "Nope, not going to do it."
Sure. Like much technology, it's very hard to get people to adopt new things they don't understand, especially related to money, I would think, right?
Yeah. And just that generation as well too is very focused on. They were hesitant about online banking because I'm 38, so my parents are in their late or mid 60s or so. So it has to do with that of just new things are scary and change is scary. It's I deal with change management in my day job, and that's one of the things that people are just afraid of change. They get used to doing things. We're creatures of habit, and once something works, that's why there's that old adage: if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But
yeah, for sure.
That's not really the right mindset. That's saying that there's never room for improvement, that there's never room for innovation, and that is what human beings do. We create, we innovate, we think about new ways to do things and new experiences that we want to either have for ourselves or create the opportunity for others to have that experience. Or just curious. For me, it's been a big curiosity is what has drawn me to the space of just, it's cool. It's complex. There's a lot of moving pieces. It's abstract, but also not. So I enjoy that part.
Absolutely, me too. I mean, I think the newness of everything, right, is always a challenge for people. People, at least, who like to take on challenges, who love to get out there in the front. I think like yourself, right, with speaking about the other industry and things. This is the forefront of it. What do you think what are some of the things that are missing, I guess, from this industry versus something like Web 2, right, where obviously everyone is accustomed to getting on a website? What do you think are some of the avenues to get people to start to understand how Web3 or blockchain really will be in their lives?
I've already seen them, and it's already been happening this year with Crossmint and Paper are the two biggest ones in allowing users to participate in the blockchain without needing to control their wallet. It's the same level of users that are comfortable with using Coinbase, but are not comfortable with using any of the various decentralized exchanges. I think by having not only that as a way to get into the crypto ecosystem, you really have to have the product that's going to bring them to the ecosystem, the reason for them wanting to come to the ecosystem.
Absolutely, I agree. I mean, I think that's where we're seeing the shift now, right? What have we been seeing? Investment, promise of, income, of passive income, which may come as a result of some of these things. But I think you're absolutely right. That selling point is shifting from invest, obviously with what we have the SEC, we have, everybody's looking at this in a lot of countries, and there's obviously going to be, laws and things coming down that are going to require a lot of changes. So people like yourself, people like us see the value in that. We have to, not us because we started this, but a lot of people are saying the industry, right, has to shift from being investment to being products, right? And whether that product is an NFT that has utility in whatever way, projects choose to give people value for holding that, whether it's token gating or whether it gets you into other things or whether it gets you in an app that does 3D, whatever that happens to be. This is the shift from you're just buying into something versus you are buying something.
Yep, that's a key difference. And that's the first time that I have heard it said like that. I really like that it's you're buying into rather than buying something. That's huge, man.
Yeah, I mean, today.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things that's turning people off right now is the amount of people that are getting scammed right now. Um, you turn on the TV, even here in Uruguay. I live in Uruguay, and I don't watch TV, but like my dad does, and my dad hears about more scams than I do. And I've been scammed a couple of times in the space. I've been rugged a few times, but never for that much money. But like my dad turns on the news and he's like, "Oh, somebody just lost a couple $1 million worth of crypto," and I was like, well, I didn't hear about that, but I know how much I've lost, and I think we need to secure the space a bit more before we can have mass integration. Just for other people's safety, like we're we're basically the lab rats right now. That's what it feels like to me. I'm basically like the test unit.
You are in a way.
And so far it's been great, but every once in a while you have like these ups and downs that you're like, damn, I really want to get out of the space.
Any early adopter, right?
Oh, I had that in my first month. I lost a full ETH my first month because I don't know, naivete. And I learned very quickly, oh, yeah, that's right. There's scammers everywhere. So you have to be very careful in what you're doing and not get caught up in the moment, in the energy. And that's really anytime you see a message that's like, you need to act fast.
Exactly.
There is that sort of energy in the NFT space, and it's being taken advantage of. And I think that we're seeing a lot of both the way that the collections are coming out to mitigate that, to mitigate bots, to help to create a good experience for that minting. But there's always going to be scammers.
Yeah, exactly.
There's scammers in every single industry. There's nothing you can do about
it.
There's nothing you can do to stop it.
No, you can't. All you can
do stuff about it, but it's just gonna.
You can put up a bunch of gates, right? Because I mean, I've seen communities try to do this in ways, like you can lock things down that really make it very difficult for people to get into your community and potentially scam people, right? But there's always ways around them. The smarter thing that we need to do as an industry, and also, I mean, even in individual communities, we have to educate each other on how to avoid those things, right? How do people learn about email scams? I mean, it's because people got scammed and then they started telling people you need to pay attention to what you're doing in your email. I think a lot of that is very easy to do in terms of cursory education, right? Just letting people know like how a wallet works. Like there's really not a lot out there. I mean, I think some of the wallet companies like MetaMask and things like that have their own little tutorials and things, but in terms of an industry, we don't have a lot of education going on. It's really hit and miss about where.
I would agree with you 100% on that. That it's there are resources I found that actually most of the best resources are put out by the users versus the company. I mean, no offense, that might be a hasty generalization, but
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
you get an idea of what the process is with it, but it's also going in that with the assumption that you already have a basic understanding about sort of what's happening in the background and the function of the technology itself. And if you don't grasp what the blockchain is actually doing, it's incredibly hard to grasp anything in crypto, because that's just a fundamental part of what is the blockchain and what is it doing.
Absolutely. And I think you've hit the nail on the head right there, right? When is mass adoption going to come? Well, it's like my CEO has told us over and over again, right? It's when people will be interacting with the blockchain and they don't know they're doing so. So that's, I think, the huge ask on our end as developers, as people creating communities, that we have to make it so seamless and really, I want to say, I always think of anything I'm creating, what I've done in my career. I always think of the yellow books for dummies, which is not to say that everybody's a dummy by any means, but that was one of the most genius creations of like all time, right? Is just simple things written in a simple way for things that, maybe people would point at you and say, oh, you should know how to do that. But you know what? I bought plenty of those books to read how to do things. There's no reason why we can't be developing that stuff in crypto, I think, certainly for the end user. And then let's talk about the other side of the coin. How do we onboard companies into this that are not crypto companies, right? How do we get brick and mortar and Web2 to really begin to embrace this technology?
The power of funds. I was going to say the dollar, but that's not really appropriate. Seeing the value in what it allows the end user to do, and it all has to do about with use case. I mean, if there is a use case for that particular company that makes sense, like I see shipping having a lot of entirely logistics, and that the shipping industry will be, I think, one of the first ones that make that transition, as well as in the pharmaceuticals and being able to track those types of substances, anything that's in a highly regulated market, i.e. cannabis. There are already discussions about tracking, and not even just discussions, there's development of tracking product from seed to sale using the blockchain, because then anybody can query it, anybody can verify, and it is 100% transparent, and helps to avoid the shrinkage and losses and things that happen in that industry. No comment.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's, definitely where we're headed. I think not only in terms of those issues, but I mean, look at it in terms of like diamond shipments. I know they're looking at stuff like that for anything of value, really, right? That is a commodity, is trackable. Tying it into these systems, I think, is where we're headed in logistics, right? This is part of the massive problem we face in a world market, is logistics.
Yeah, it's just thinking about the amount of losses, thinking about like airline luggage and being able to track, and the amount of just even just lost postage. I mean, there's so many things that happen that are lost that I believe through the appropriate tracking measures can be located as to where they went.
Also, I think one of the biggest things when we talk about onboarding, like we're right now we're stepping into what everybody wants to call like the metaverse. So, with Facebook starting Meta, I think the biggest point of attraction right now, we need to attract gamers more than anything else, because gaming makes a big portion of all finance is in gaming, whether that be Ooh, I think Crypto Medic stepped off. Whether that be mobile gaming or even through console. If you notice, like majority of the world just spends time gaming on their phone or gaming on their PC or whatever console they decide to use. So I think that's the biggest people we need to be attracting into the space right now. Although they might not have the most amount of monetary value, they might not have the most money. It's the biggest portion of people, and I think that's what we're going after. Is we're going after people. I think that's who we need to be going after is all the gamers. We need to somehow attract more gamers into the space, and the metaverse is really helping out with that. And if I'm not mistaken, a couple of weeks ago, I read an article that said I think it was either Google Play Store or Apple Store is now going to allow the buying of NFTs in their store. So, I think that's a big place where we're actually moving towards is attracting these gamers that when these gamers come in and like that's a big majority of the population. When they start to come in, I think the rest of the crowd will follow because once you get like over a certain percentage of people in the space, then it's a snowball effect, and it all just comes tumbling down with all the people. So getting all those gamers is going to be a huge
Absolutely.
point.
So I want to bring up Walker Holmes to weigh in on this. Walk, you want to come up? I know you had raised your hand there.
Probably need to make some co-hosts, and then we can create more speakers.
Oh yeah, I can do that.
Real quick, how you doing, Nar? My name's Chris. I'm actually director of partnerships over at Metatope, and was just listening to you, man. Sounds like you got a little one in the background. It's always good to hear a working father. It just multitasking, right?
Definitely. My wife just got home from work, so I was able to step outside now, and you may hear a little bit of nature, but that's about it now. Caleb, nice to meet you, Chris. It's a pleasure, man. And again, yeah, just thanks for the opportunity to be here.
For sure, man. No, it's great to hear everything that I think we're just getting started into what you were about to talk about the project a little bit more, but. Yeah, it was. I do think that you guys had a great conversation earlier about everything going on, and just it's quite to see. It's quite to be to be alive in this world right now, where we're some of the we've been a first mover for a while. I mean, at what point do we say we're not first movers anymore? But yeah, it's great to see the evolution and to not only see it but be a part of it. I think you can agree with that, right?
100%, 100%.
Cool,
Gives
man.
me a lot of similar feelings to a decade and a half ago of or just under of being in cannabis and where we were at that point. I mean, think about just the environment in the world in 2011 towards cannabis versus now, where I don't know if you guys caught that tweet that went viral of New York's mayor laughing about smelling weed in the middle of his press conference.
Right.
He's like, I know somebody's enjoying some weed because he just starts laughing. I love the future.
Isn't he the same?
I love the future.
Isn't he the same guy that?
Man, John, I wish you. There's something wrong with your mic, bro. It is robotic as a. It just doesn't sound like your beautiful voice. Is there any way we can fix it real quick while we're going? All right. Well, he's trying to figure that out. I mean, I just want to make sure that we all can understand what we're talking about here because I was having a little bit of trouble with the skipping. But, now that we're where we were at, Enzo, are we talking about NAR yet, or is it time to jump into his project? Because I've been waiting to hear some stuff.
Yeah, I was actually going to wrap things up with onboarding onto Web3 and giving Nar the ability to talk to us a little bit about his project, so we can all get a better understanding of what he's doing on his end.
Let's go, man. Love to hear it.
Sweet. Sweet. All right. So I am the Gnar father. I am the leader of the GnarAF DAO. I have brought together 7 other project founders, strategists, early people in the space, friends that I have made and trust through my journey over the last year. I've been in NFTs actually just over a year. Hit my anniversary back in September. And I hit upon the idea for my DAO when I recognized the value of the IP that everyone is, or almost every collection is giving to the end user. But most people don't either have the drive, the time, the motivation, or the energy to go and monetize it, even with setting up your with different storefronts and things like that. So what I have done with the GnarAF DAO is I am pooling together the NFTs of our members that have the IP rights associated with it to create the ultimate e-commerce demand store through my partnership with Non-Fungible Art. They are based in Las Vegas, Nevada. They have over 200 something products on their website. They're going through beta testing right now. I have been going through and just helping with the interface, and it's amazing. It's sleek, and just helping them, of course, with little bugs and things like that. So the goal is to pool together and share 95% of the operating profits on an ongoing basis directly with the community. And it's initially set up to be split in half, between half going back into the operating business and half going directly to the members. And the half that goes to the members is split in half, where if your NFT is the one that is used on the merchandise, you get 25% of the profits. And then the other 25% is going to be based off of your percentage of ownership in the DAO. So on every single sale that happens through that marketplace, everyone earns. It's an incentive for the holders to be communicating their holdings, directing people towards the website because they get more of the profits from the sales that happen. And with limited overhead and print on demand, there's really, as far as in that aspect of the business, there's not a lot of overhead costs. So it's a lot of profits that are there that I don't like using the word passive because it's both from an SEC perspective, but also just from an ethos perspective. We reward the active members, and being active means you're staked. You participate in surveys as well as in there's also going to be like some very basic skills testing. That's also a way to help to set that up. But really what this is licensing deals. You're getting paid for licensing your IP to the DAO in order to create that merchandise for that time period when it gets printed. And then you always retain those rights. You're never actually giving them to the DAO. We're pooling them, and you're allowing the DAO to use them at that point in time. So that's the e-commerce side. That's how the idea has that's the crux of the business model of the first revenue stream. And I see this as a tremendous way to onboard both Web2 companies, but as well as just people, because everyone wears clothes. Everyone likes cool designs. Everyone wants to see the new cool new hot thing, and designs and art from NFTs is an amazing explosion of creativity that is driving our culture forward. Because art is culture.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. Am I any better? Is my mic
Whoa,
working now?
John, is that you? Is that you?
It's
Oh
me,
my
buddy.
god! I thought you got kidnapped by a like an empty skin or something, bro. It was crazy.
Dude,
Glad you're back.
I beat the aliens back. I told them, not now. I'm busy. So I have a question for you. So yeah, so give me I mean, I love what you're talking about. I think, we're talking about not reward necessarily. I think that's a word that gets kind of thrown around a lot, like reward your community. But I think what you're talking about really is sharing in the success for the people who help bring those successes to the projects, right?
Exactly, because the available designs are based off of the members that join the DAO. So it's also based off of their holdings, which are always changing as things get sold, things get purchased. It's a great avenue for one artists to be able to monetize their work without needing to handle any of the administrative or logistical side, and they can focus on their artwork. So it's just another revenue stream for them. Um, and
Now, what kind of merchandise are you putting this on?
this is basically clothes of all sorts, backpacks, totes, hats, swag. There's the amount of products that I looked through, like I said, was upwards of like 200 plus. So those are the primary categories. There's also about getting framed artwork and getting the artwork printed. I apologize. I'm just blanking.
Yeah, great.
I'm
No,
blanking a bit on the rest of it.
no, you're fine. That's just kind of what I was looking for. Yeah, like a variety of things, obviously. Are you meeting any challenges in just global shipping these days and trying to get stuff onto products and get it to people in a timely manner?
I have not crossed that bridge yet, as because we are minting at the end of the month. So
Okay, all
yeah,
right.
that is
So
actually a great
is that
question.
stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
That is something that I know the NFA team has structured to be able to ship worldwide. As far as their print on demand, I know half the team is in Australia, so they're the only facility that I know of 100% is the one in Vegas as far as that partner. But I do believe that part of their plans are to increase their scope and their ability to fulfill these orders through expanding out their network. And I know I am in that. I'm fully support them, and at the same time am free to explore other ways to be able to fulfill orders for individuals. And I think giving an opportunity to also at the same time of like, hey, the owner of this NFT earned this much profit on this order. So every person who orders something sees that the profits are going to the holders of the NFTs. Uh, I mean, you're thinking of what a great way for people to incentivize to onboard when they're like, whoa, they're getting what?
Yeah, I love it. I mean, I think we all think very much alike in terms of added value to the customer, right? What else can we give them? And I don't say give, but like what else can we add in value, right? That is a reason to be a part of all of this. I mean, I think you're hitting on a lot of very key things. I think staying away from Asian markets, which not that they don't produce things for half the world or most of the world, but I think those markets are very clogged, and I think a lot of things out of there is very difficult these days. So I'm glad to see that you're working with, other worldwide entities, and I think that's really what it's about in opening a global market, right? Is not turning to the same entities that we've always turned to for things, but really seeking out those new partnerships with people who maybe have a different way of doing things or a different way of looking at things that matches with us, right? Matches with this new way. I do want to mention everybody, thank you again for everybody for being here. Interact with the tweets that are pinned at the top. Share out the space. Let's get a few more people in here. Let's make sure we're getting everybody we can before we do these giveaways. So you say tell me again when you're minting. That kind of went.
Yeah, we are
in one ear and out the other.
the NAR list minting is going to be October 30th. and that is going to be at 1 Solana. We're on the Solana network. And on October 31st, I am opening up to the public, and those are going to be 2 Solana.
All right, awesome. And pre-mint, how do people get on that? Obviously, by listening to us, interacting with these things we've put up to possibly give away 5. But what else can they do?
There's interacting in the Discord, just demonstrating acts of random kindness, just coming in and joining and being a good person. There's quite a few spots that are open for some of the partner communities that I have opened up, and I'm also going to be doing a tally and creating just a whatever's left to open up before the mint happens on the 30th.
Fantastic. I love it. With that, I want to open up the floor. Questions, comments. If folks are here that don't feel like talking, please drop it in the chat side. Enzo, let us know if we get anything over there that people would like to have answered. If anybody'd like to come up, please raise your hand. Comments on what we were talking about earlier. Questions about either of the projects.
We got a hand raised right now, man.
Nightman, if you wanna ask your question, man, go ahead.
Hey, thanks. No, actually, it wasn't so much a question as just kind of like a supporting comment there with the GnarAF DAO here is that I know that he's a bit under the weather, so I wanted to just kind of like help out and add in there with those partnerships, because I've recently partnered with him as well as an artist, and my project is partnered with NFA and the core teams behind that as well. So I just wanted to let add on to the aspect where he's trying to help with the merchandising and stuff through the DAO, is that's backed by the homies, the crypto homies, is the homies, like the figurines, the toys that we all kind of grew up with in the 25-cent machines and stuff like that. They actually just recently announced a proper partnership with Snoop Dogg in creating his Basie toy and some other like Basie figurines. So there's going to be, going on into some seriously vetted out and seasoned manufacturing entities and people that have like 30, 35 years experience in these markets that are all going to be we've got this great partnership together, and with the GNAR DAO being a part of that, that's going to open up to a really smooth process for those merchandising options.
Oh, that sounds fantastic. I think you're really getting at it now, right? This time in crypto, right, or this time in any type of market or industry, right, when we're all building, this is when the real partnerships get made. This is when the real companies make progress and break barriers. And I think that's what's happening now, right? I think in the next 2 to 3 months, everybody's pushing forward with what we've been working on now.
So the people that are left standing, they're still building, finding each other. We're putting our minds together. I was even a tab holder until I had to make some financial moves recently. But it's like I know the tab community as well, and I'm familiar with the good amount of PFPs in here. So it's like it's good to see that we're all here still creating.
Well, I figure it's a good time to drop some alpha about Metatope then, because I'm already in talks with a few toy companies for some different type of some incentivizations for the founders as well as the pre-salers and stuff. So I'm looking at limited edition collections. So if you want to shoot me a DM, man, we can definitely potentially do something together with you guys there.
Awesome. Love it.
Yeah, definitely reach out to Chris. He's the man when it comes to partnerships. He's made some great handshakes for us over the last couple of years. Definitely want to start to get through some of these giveaways. So Enzo, do you want to do one of them? You can pick which one you want to do first.
I'm setting up the Twitter picker right now for our pinned tweet for the $50 in ETH. You just have to give me a quick second. My computer is really slow right now. But I'm getting all the
stuff. While you do that,
yeah,
John,
I'm getting all the giveaways done.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Do you want to jump into a thing? I know that John, you have some stuff about Metatope, right? That we can put out for everybody.
So that's what I was going to say. While he's doing that, we can going to give a little bit of an overview of our project here. Let me just pull that up here. start telling you some of the stuff for those who are new to our project.
It's the coolest project ever. It's the best project. Just kidding.
Uh-huh.
Not gonna go that route.
While you guys are pulling that up,
Yeah.
I just want to
I
say, Nightman, I do enjoy. I saw you draw live in Tab Discord one time, and I did really enjoy that. I'm pretty sure you had your kid with you. Your kid was in the background doing something while you were drawing. So yeah, I have seen you before. I do recognize you. I know you were a mappy, and I know you had to make some difficult decisions, man. And you know, you're more than welcome to always come back and be a mappy again whenever you please, man. Also, would love to see you draw in the Discord. Even if you want to drop into Metatope's Discord sometime and draw live for us, would really appreciate that. We can probably set that up sometime next week to get some of our community members to come and watch you draw live because you know that's not an experience that most people get. And you were a great artist, and you know I would love to have you come through and draw for us.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah, if you want to set something up like that, I'm totally for it. It's one of my favorite things to do. And you know, some people actually they know that recently I was at CNFT Con in Vegas, Cardano NFT Con. I actually drew a piece live for an auction. It was pretty exhilarating. So totally.
That's really cool. That's cool.
Yeah, it's fun. You know, I just like to I get into it, make it a whole experience. I give people tips and pointers. I love showing the craft more than just kind of like creating something behind a curtain and being like, ta-da.
Absolutely. I know a lot of my family members spend a lot of time on TikTok watching people create art, now digital art or even, you know, regular art. It's just, it's amazing. With that being said, let me tell everybody a little bit about our project. For those of you who don't know, my name is John Abrams. I'm the operations manager for Metatope. Our project's fully doxed. We are first and foremost a technology company with multiple groundbreaking patents. We're pushing Web 2.5 toward the future by building the missing infrastructure to bring all of these wonderful projects, places, and most importantly, people together in Web 3. This is the intersection of blockchain and social media, opening a door to a world of new opportunities and experiences. At Metatope, we're building utility like never before through a Web3 social media content platform where users can become their NFT, incorporating full body markerless motion capture with only a front-facing mobile device camera. We've been working on this tech for 2 years. Our partners include Intermedia, a well-known media and marketing giant, Nolan Bushnell, the founder of Atari, and our artist is Jared Marantz, who is the concept artist behind some of the most iconic characters we know from blockbuster hits like Infinity War, Avengers Endgame, Guardians of the Galaxy, and Dune, among a ton of others. Jared has created this exclusive set and partnered with Metatope to bring his creations to life, including a number of exclusively personally signed mints. These assets are so much more than an NFT, collector's item, or a PFP. With our mobile app, users will be able to create and monetize their content through blockchain integration and by sharing on our platform. Only own your own digital IP and content like never before. We are launching on Ethereum to start, but multi-chain integration is paramount to our development. By integrating our exclusive 9,999 ERC 721 base models and then layering multiple ERC 1155 accessories, our Topians will be able to customize their digital identity in ever-expanding ways. Through our app, onboarding into the metaverse is something anyone with a cell phone can do. Digital IP is everything in this new space, and we believe the future is the embodiment of your digital identity. Because our assets are all built in Unity, owners will be able to use this 3D model in games, metaverses, video calls, and more. Our developments allow for other projects to join our platform too. Initially, we're bringing Bored Apes and CryptoPunks to life. Imagine being able to dance as your ape or punk. If you're a metaverse or a collection or a brand that can add value, be sure to reach out to us. We're also launching a contest to allow another community to win development of their NFT project into our platform. We hold our weekly spaces here, TopeTalk, on Thursdays at 5 p.m. Eastern. We always have great guests and giveaways, so make sure you guys tune in. Our pre-mint sale is live for registration at premint.xyz/metatope. So make sure you guys check that out. With that being said, it's a little bit about our project. If anybody has questions, comments, please raise your hand, come on up. And Enzo will get to those.
Yeah, real quick, I want
winners.
to add on to that thing. Another interesting aspect of what I'm putting together for our mint per se, because this technology is, we built our technology before we came to market, right? So we came out of stealth at NFT NYC and showed off the tech. And, there was maybe one person that was like, this is not something that I really want to do because, not everybody likes to embody an NFT or really knows what that means. So for the community out here that's spent a lot of money on those NFTs that, you identify with and things that really mean a lot to you, regardless of the financial side of it. That's really what we're doing. We're not only going to build out our own collection to make it a use case of the first ever, 1155 stackable accessories on a 721 base, but we're also going to bring NFTs to life for other communities that have invested money, tears, sweat, time, and have built these community friendships with other people. And all they have to show for it is a PFP right now. So if you want to get behind a company that's building structure, that's really what we're doing here. And it's always awesome to hear from other companies that kind of have the same type of, I guess, roadmap or, the same type of vision, because we're going to support those type of companies. And if you have a metaverse, we can be interoperable. So please DM me if you're a metaverse project. There's a lot of things that we can do to build. And another thing, a little bit of alpha that I'm kind of working into our structure is, let's say you're, part of the GnarAF as fuck DAO. Let's say you have a bunch of people mint and they use the GNAR promo code or something like that. We're going to give a percentage back of each mint that is minted from that community back to the community as to go into their treasury. So something like that. We want to work with founders to also to give back to the communities as a whole so that they can keep building and growing with us. So I hope that stuff excites you. And go ahead, Enzo. Let's rock and roll, baby.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Yeah, we will be talking a little bit more in about a day or two when I have a little more of a voice. But I'm super excited to talk to you about a lot of stuff, dude. I didn't even get into any of the metaverse aspect, which I have bought Isles of Meta. I have Metaversal, which is now Moonshine Labs, Savannah, Degen Islands, and then there's also Meta Client NFT Maps, which is on ETH. So I have a lot of different metaverse blank canvas that is going to need a lot of cool stuff. So I'm really excited to talk about the future.
Absolutely, me too. I mean, you know what? I envy you guys because you're minting here pretty quick. We're getting there. We're very close as well, but I envy anybody who's got their date on the books and is ready to go. We're very close to releasing our date. So
nice. And last call, I just pinned my the secondary giveaway, the one that I'm matching up there. I apologize that I did not put that up until about 10 minutes ago. Didn't say anything until now. So the space is only going for about another 5 minutes. So I'm going to pick right at the very end. But if you hurry now, you can get entered in that giveaway.
I want
to. Yeah, everybody, please get in on that. Yeah. There you go. Wait, what? Are we not paying you enough? Enzo, take a look over at the chat. Did anybody have any questions that didn't feel like coming up? Any?
I'm looking right now. It doesn't look like it at all. Everyone's just loving Metatope right now.
There is one. It's
we
partner with any company in the coming days. So I guess it's a great question because it all depends on the IPs and the rights that are built into the NFT collection. So there is collections out there that we're just not able to due to the structure of the IP rights. So whenever you invest in, that's something that's part of the do your own research that you should look into whenever you invest. Even if that's something that even is a flip to you, you might fall in love with the community, and next thing you know, you're holding on to something forever, and then you come to find out that it can't be monetized. So just always keep in mind, those are things that a lot of the newer projects have built in, and royalties and stuff like that are important too. So Yeah, that's a great question. As long as, we're going to build out something hopefully that can be copy and paste, right? Until we get there, we're having to do everything by scratch because no one's ever done it before. And, that we're building we're basically building those bridges.
That's what's so cool about it. I love that there's not a playbook and that we can figure it out. I find it amazingly fun to think about what you could possibly do and just let the creativity flow.
Yeah, it's fun until someone has to pay the check, though. So that's what
True.
we're working on.
Yeah, the bill always comes due. All right, I think we got our winner up, so let's go ahead and announce that, Enzo.
All right. So for our winner, we had Majestico 97, who I think, if I'm not mistaken, is rocking a Toast Punk. I want to say that's a Genesis. So congratulations to them. If you can open up
awesome.
a ticket within our Discord, and I'll get you up to date on everything. Just pass me your wallet address, and then I'll move it up to the team. We'll have your
Toast Punks, bro. What are these things?
Look pretty cool. You don't know what Toast Punks are?
No, we'll save that for another time. We got another 2 minutes. I don't want to keep everyone late. I'll find that out from you in the DMs.
Yeah, I got you later on.
Cool. All right. Well, GnarAF, I can let you guys go ahead and do yours. We're right at the end here. So
all right. Yep.
Let's wrap it up. If you got any wrap up comments, go for it too.
I appreciate the time. I think that this has been an amazing space and discussion. I love talking about where things are at in the space and having a solid discussion just about different viewpoints and what is going on and what we see as valuable. And it's fun. I really, really enjoyed this. So let's see. We got our last entry. Who got into the Discord? I'm entering in right now, and I'm closing it right now. Let's go ahead and... How do you spin this thing? Oh, yeah, you just click on the middle. Okay. The winner is the person who came in just under the wire, MJ86. So you are in Discord.
Nice.
Open up a ticket in Discord. I saw that you hopped in and dropped your ETH wallet, and I will go ahead and get that over to you as soon as possible. So congratulations and welcome. So what I'm going to do is, for everybody else who joined Discord, I'm going to go ahead and give you the NAR list for half off minting. Thank you for coming in and participating, and tell your friends. Anybody who's got NFTs that wants to monetize them, let them know that there's a way that they can do it and they can have some fun. And I'm an open book. So I'm Caleb Tice. That's me. I'm fully doxxed. You'll find that this is me. So I appreciate the time. It was great meeting everybody, and I'm just really excited for the future.
Absolutely, Caleb. It was great to have you on, and I know that we'll be having a future together as a project, and definitely going to have to hang out with my ASU buddy now. I just want to thank everybody for coming out. I really appreciate it. Please tell your friends about it. Sign up for our newsletter at metatope.com to be one of the first to get your hands on the exclusive beta of our app. We want to allow the community to really see what can be created with this amazing technology before we sell anything to anybody. So be on the lookout for that. Get signed up for it. Follow our socials, please, at the Metatope on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all the other socials. Make sure to get the word out. Lots of exciting stuff coming soon. With that being said, we will see you next time on TopeTalk. Chris, you got anything, buddy?
Nah, man. Everyone have a good weekend out there. Go touch some grass, have some fun, smell some air. It's going to be colder down here in the south side of the United States. So I'm excited to feel winter air for the first time.
I love it, man. Arizona, it's finally under like 90 degrees, so we're loving it. Everybody have a great weekend.
Same. I don't miss
have
those
a good
Arizona
one,
summers at all.
Cyberpunk. Yeah. I mix my ETH with Polygon Pythagoras. Let it math. Yeah. Crypto cash. Let's go. I seen the metaverse through Metatope, my eyes a megaphone. Customize my empty skin to optimize my flesh and bone. Phase 1, evolution, revolution. Smart contracts inside your smartphone. Phase 1, evolution, revolution. Help me ET phone home. Full body markerless motion capture. The metaverse broken after the Metatope golden era. The whitelist still open. Hurry up what you need, golden chariot. Holy virgins that's holding cherubims, paving the road with fairy dust. Create the avatar of your wildest dreams, yeah. And use it inside your live streams, and all your metaverses, favorite games and widescreen. Metatope, visualize your digital ID. I seen the metaverse through Metatope, my eyes a megaphone. Customize my empty skin to optimize my flesh and bone. Yeah, Metatope is your mirror to the metaverse. Yeah, I seen the metaverse through Metatope, my eyes a megaphone. Customize my empty skin to optimize my flesh and bone. Metatope.com